I'm absolutely astonished about this new concert hall. It's really an acoustic you can only dream of. Additionally, the orchestra is really wonderful. Such nice, warm people and great musicians. Both Ruben Gazarian and I, we had a really, really pleasant time with them together. No, it was actually, I cannot count anymore how many times, because he's the chief conductor of the Württemberg Chamber Orchestra Heilbronn. And this is the orchestra I played most concerts with, of all orchestras I played with. And it's more than 50 times that we played together. All different repertoires, starting from Vivaldi to Piazzolla, Hartmann, Weinberg. So we know each other very, very well. And that, sure, if you play Berg Violin Concerto, which is rather complicated to put together with the orchestra, this is a big help. Well, it's more than an instrument, it's almost like a person. I was looking for a violin for 1 or 2 years. I knew that the State Bank of Baden-Württemberg would sponsor this, but I had the wonderful chance to look for the violin myself, and then they would buy it, and not the other way around, which is usually the way how it's done. So I tried out many instruments, and as I knew this is a one-time chance in lifetime, I really took my time to pick the right instrument, and I brought many Stradivarius back to violin dealers saying that it's a beautiful instrument, but it's not quite mine. And with this violin, I only tuned and I played 3 notes, and I knew this is exactly what I was looking for all the time. This is exactly the sound. So it fit with the sound that I had in my head, how it should sound. So this is a beautiful thing that I could have it and still have it for almost 20 years. And it's a big challenge, because such an instrument is always a bit better than how you play. Meaning you have to actually try to get on this level that the violin itself has. And this is a great challenge, but it is an incredible inspiration, because you can do anything, any sound you imagine, any color that you have in your mind, you can reproduce on such an instrument, because it has basically no limits. So if somebody asks me, should we buy such an instrument? Absolutely yes, because it's unique. That was a wonderful experience, because it's a little bit like this violin. It's an orchestra that can do anything, yeah, and they are extremely used to be in front of a microphone. So as soon as the red light is on and we know, okay, now it counts, now it's a recording, it is such a concentration of this big group that you get soaked in this concentration, and you become part of it. And this is really, was a great experience, yeah. We wanted on the first hand to make sure that people will also listen to the Shostakovich and not stop the recording when they listen to it at home after the Tchaikovsky. That's the first reason. The other reason is it is such a great piece, and it's still not well known actually, because everybody plays Shostakovich Concerto No. 1. But No. 2 is as great, it's just not so bravura, let's say. The idea was basically coming from Thomas Sanderling, because he knew Shostakovich very well himself. He had a very clear idea about the interpretation, and I followed him in this, because what better advice can you have than a conductor who worked with the composer so close? And luckily he was very happy with the recording, with the result. And he said, but listen, it's such a good recording, let's put it first on the disc. was a bit the idea after having recorded all the works for violin and piano, then all the solo works for violin, the B concerto with symphonic orchestra, the one with chamber orchestra, actually with Ruben Gazarian together, to do something that connects. And then what else could it be than Shostakovich? So that's how I ended up doing Shostakovich. I can imagine to do more of Weinberg because there's still a piano trio, there's still a string trio, and I have good musical friends, partners, with whom I'm playing a lot, and so maybe I'll record even more Weinberg. But now, probably the next project will be to record the 6 solo sonatas by Bach. We are trying very hard to put together a festival, even if it's only 3, 4 or maximum 5 concerts in a row that features Weinberg as the main composer, an international Weinberg festival. We are looking for sponsors because this is very hard to do without money. But I think this is a very nice goal, and that's why actually we founded this society, to bring even more attention to this fantastic composer, and to create a Weinberg festival would be the most appropriate thing. So I cross my fingers that it will work. Besides that, I'm performing the violin concerto with symphony orchestra. Next year I will play it in Innsbruck in Austria, most likely also in Poland, yeah, I'm trying to push orchestra managers, to push promoters, concert organizers to let me play Weinberg, because still people are a bit afraid. Some think that it's too similar to Shostakovich, which is actually not. It might be a relative composer of Shostakovich, but Weinberg found his own voice. Some people are afraid that the audience will not like it, which is absolutely never the case, because the audience always loves the work of Weinberg. So yeah, it still needs to be pushed quite a bit. I'm living in Munich, and I'm in touch with one of the major concert organizers, concert promoters in Munich, so most likely it will be in Munich for the first time. But my idea is actually that if we manage to create this for the first time in Munich, that the festival will travel and not be in one place every year, but go from one city to the next, hopefully also in Poland, in Warsaw maybe. Travel to other cities in Europe, because actually it would reflect Weinberg's life. He had to be in so many places, not that he wanted, but there was no other choice, he had to flee. But so his life, even though most of his life was in Moscow at the end, still he's connected to other places, to Minsk, to Tashkent, and certainly to Warsaw. So maybe this would actually reflect Weinberg's life.